When they call, a hero's what we're going to give them.
How are we gonna do that, Ray? Quietly.
Will Smith is a well-known actor, screenwriter, and producer, as well as a successful hip-hop artist who knows firsthand how tough the path to success can be. In this video, we will take a closer look at the career of this talented actor and tell you about his ups and downs.
I think you mean to say get our asses down there, please, Captain.
Will Smith, from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air to the Outcast of Hollywood.
Okay, let me take a stab at this one.
Willard Carroll Smith II was born on September 25, 1968 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, in an ordinary family. His mother, Caroline, worked at school, and his father, Will Sr., a U.S. Air Force veteran, was an engineer for a small refrigerator company. Smith had an older sister, Pamela, and two younger siblings, Harry and Ellen. During Will's youth, life in Philadelphia was not easy for people of color. However, Will's father worked tirelessly to provide for his family. The head of the family brought up his children in austerity and taught them courage and perseverance, which enabled them to enter a prestigious Catholic school. However, there was a dark side to this father's strong character. At the age of 9, the future actor witnessed the physical violence of his father towards his mother, which was very traumatic for him. At the age of 13, the boy's emotional state deteriorated even further after his parents' divorce. Later, Will admitted that he tried to commit suicide twice. But he was stopped by the thought of his grandmother, who said that it was a sin. After the divorce, his father took an active part in the upbringing of children, and despite all the wrongs, he was a role model for Will. As a child, Smith had the nickname Prince. The charming and cheerful boy earned it because of his quick tongue and the ability to get away with anything. From an early age, Will's mother encouraged his creative pursuits. He played the piano, and in middle school, he took drum lessons. As a teenager, Smith became interested in hip-hop and rap, devoting all his free time to music. One day, his grandmother found a notebook with the lyrics of his songs and, noticing swearing there, made a note. "Dear Willard, truly intelligent people do not have to use words like this to express themselves." Smith admitted that after this, he decided not to resort to profanity in his music. The actor graduated from high school with honors and was accepted into the engineering training program of the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, one of the best tech universities in the world. But he wasn't planning to go to college because he chose to pursue a career in show business. Even before graduating high school, at one of the parties, Will met an aspiring musician, Jeffrey Towns. The guys had a lot in common, and they instantly became best friends and later music partners, creating the band DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. All the lyrics for the duo were written by Smith, and for the aforementioned reason, there were no swear words in any of the songs. Thanks to this, teenagers could buy their records without their parents' permission, which made the project commercially successful. In 1987, the band's debut album, Rock the House, was released, followed by 4 more, 2 of which became platinum. This is how, even before he was of age, Will became a millionaire. In 1989, the band received a Grammy Award for Best Rap Performance for the song Parents Just Don't Understand, and a few years later, another one for the song Summertime, which is considered their most successful track.
The groove slightly transformed, just a bit of a break from the norm.
During that period, Will fell in love for the first time. His girlfriend was a girl from a dysfunctional family, Melanie. In their relationship, Smith was attentive and caring, but despite this, the girl cheated on him. As a result, the rapper broke up with her, after which he went on a wild spree. Will dated a lot of girls and only for the sake of physical pleasure. However, in the end, this lifestyle led to the fact that Smith began to feel an aversion to intimacy, from which he could not get rid of for a long time. A successful musical career had made him a very wealthy man. In just a few years, he earned about $10 million. Assuming that the good times would last forever, Will spent money left and right. He bought houses, cars, clothes, jewelry, and expensive gifts for friends and relatives. To top it all off, Smith didn't pay taxes. This left the 21-year-old rapper with no money at all and with $2.8 million in tax debt. Unexpectedly for the performer, his career began to decline. Will's funny lyrics suddenly began to be ridiculed, and his work was called corny and soft. In addition, new, more interesting bands appeared on the American stage, overshadowing Smith's band. Fortunately, in 1990, Will received an offer from NBC to star in the television series The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Basically, he needed to play himself in his youth. At first, Smith was doubtful because he thought that after this role, the public would criticize him even more. But a huge fee, which would cover 70% of his debts, forced him to agree. In the end, the actor made the right choice. The series was extremely popular and has even aired for 6 years. For his role, the actor was twice nominated for a Golden Globe.
How you doing?
I am not your Uncle Philip.
Oh, my fault, man. I must have got the wrong crib. But hey, yo.
By the way, in the series, the main character's name is William, not Willard, and to reduce confusion among the future Smiths fans, the actor started abbreviating his name to Will. In 1992, the man got married for the first time. His bride was actress Sherry Zampino. In the same year, they had a son, Will Smith Jr. However, now everyone calls the guy Trey. The spouses met in a very interesting way. One day, Smith saw the TV series A Different World, starring the actress Jada Pinkett. Will was so fascinated by the girl that he decided to meet her by visiting the studio set. But on the same day, he met Sherry. The young people had a conversation that kept Smith from meeting Pinkett. Funnily enough, 3 years later, the actor did meet Jada. The actress came to the casting of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air's 4th season, where she auditioned for the role of his girlfriend. However, she was rejected because of the big difference in height with Will. In addition, the directors didn't see the spark between the actors. Smith was already married by then, so the once-desired acquaintance was limited to friendship. Meanwhile, Will managed to star in the films Where the Day Takes You with a fee of $50,000, Made in America receiving $100,000, and he earned another $500,000 for the film 6 Degrees of Separation. In 1995, the action movie Bad Boys was released, in which Smith and Martin Lawrence played police officers. They were nominated for an MTV award as a duo.
So I'm playing cop now. Bro, this is a game. I'm just joking around.
You always wanted to be Starsky or Hutch.
Will's fee was $2 million. In the same year, the actor's marriage came to an end. The divorce was initiated by his wife, who felt that Smith did not truly love her. The man himself didn't want to destroy the relationship because, having experienced the divorce of his parents in childhood, he didn't want the same for his own son. Nevertheless, on the 5th day after the start of the divorce process, he called Jada and asked her out, thus confirming his ex-wife's fears. In 1996, Will played the role of a brave pilot in the sci-fi action movie Independence Day. The film became a major blockbuster, the second highest grossing film in the history of that time, making Smith the box office top performer. His role earned him a Saturn Award nomination and an MTV Movie Award for Best Kiss. And his fee was $5 million.
I've seen these things in action, and I'm well aware of their maneuvering capabilities. With your permission, General, I'd like the opportunity to try.
In 1997, Smith added Men in Black to his filmography. Funnily enough, after reading the script, the actor didn't want to star in the film, but Jada Pinkett convinced him to change his mind. As a result, the role of Agent J became one of the most successful in Smith's career. Will won several MTV awards for it, as well as earning $5 million.
All right, I'm in. Because look, there's some next level shit going on around here, and I'm with that.
By the way, Smith wrote the title song for the film. It became a hit on the British charts and topped the world's most prestigious Billboard Hot 100, giving him back his lost fame as a hip-hop artist.
So don't fear us, cheer us. If you ever get near us, don't jeer us, we're fearless.
As a result, Will released 4 successful solo albums. On New Year's Eve, 1998, the actor married Jada Pinkett. In this marriage, they had 2 children, a son, Jaden, and a daughter, Willow. In the late 90s, Smith starred in the thriller Enemy of the State for a fee of $14 million and in the steampunk comedy Wild Wild West with a fee of $7 million. The later film failed miserably, receiving 5 Golden Raspberry Anti Awards, one of which went to Will. However, the soundtrack, written by Smith, again conquered the American charts.
The poison behind my back, all that riffing you did, front and center, now where you lip back.
Funnily enough, the actor could play the main character in the cult film The Matrix, but he didn't like the script and he preferred the film Wild Wild West. By the way, later, the actor missed another major role in the film Mr. and Mrs. Smith. In 2000, Will starred in the sports drama The Legend of Bagger Vance, earning $10 million. And a year later, he appeared in the biographical drama Ali, playing the main role of the legendary boxer. At first, Smith declined the role, frightened by the responsibility, but when he received a personal call from Muhammad Ali, he agreed. The role of the boxer's first wife was played by Jada Pinkett. To prepare for the role, the actor had to box every day, gain weight, and get up for a run every morning. The effort was not in vain. Smith performed the role brilliantly and was nominated for an Oscar and a Golden Globe, as well as winning an MTV award.
for this victory, so I have nothing you want, okay?
No, I'm definitely gonna be the people's champion, but I just ain't gonna be the champ the way you want me to be the champ. I'm gonna be the champ the way I wanna be.
His fee was $20 million. Muhammad Ali himself was very pleased with the movie, and when the boxer died in 2016, Will was honored to carry his coffin along with Lennox Lewis and Mike Tyson. By the way, the 44th president of the USA, Barack Obama, once mentioned that if they made a movie about him, he would be glad to see Will Smith in the main role. In 2002, the actor appeared in the film Men in Black 2, earning $20 million plus 10% of the box office receipts for his role, and the next year he starred in the film Bad Boys 2 with a fee of $20 million plus 20% of the receipts. Then Will appeared in the comedy series All of Us and in the sci-fi action movie I, Robot with a fee of $28 million. He also voiced the main character in the cartoon Shark Tale. By the way, Smith has previously voiced Pinocchio in the animated series Happily Ever After Fairy Tales for Every Child. In 2005, the actor played a professional date doctor in the rom-com Hitch. And the next year, he played a single father in the drama The Pursuit of Happyness. By the way, the role of Christopher in the film was played by Jaden, the actor's youngest son. For his role in the film, Will was again nominated for a Golden Globe and an Oscar, and also received a fee of $20 million.
Can I say something? I'm the type of person, if you ask me a question and I don't know the answer, I'm gonna tell you that I don't know.
Interestingly enough, there is a scene in the movie when Smith's character solves a Rubik's Cube. The actor does have this skill. In fact, he can solve the puzzle in 55 seconds. By the way, Will is also fond of playing chess. In 2007, Smith starred in the post-apocalyptic action thriller I Am Legend, playing the only survivor in New York.
Listen, if you're planning a party or something, just tell me now, okay? Because, you know, I don't like surprises, and I swear I'll act surprised. Okay?
For his work, he received the MTV and Saturn Awards, as well as a fee of $25 million. By the way, his daughter Willow also appeared in this film. In 2008, the man starred in the drama 7 Pounds, as well as in the superhero action movie Hancock, for the role in which he earned $20 million and a nomination for the Saturn Award.
I mean, I'm not the most charming guy in the world, so I've been told, but nobody?
Then, Smith became the highest-paid Hollywood actor according to Forbes magazine, earning a total of $80 million a year. He also became the first actor whose 9 films in a row grossed more than $100 million each. After that, Will took a break in his career and starred in the next film, Men in Black 3, only in 2012, receiving $100 million. In 2013, his filmography was replenished with the comedy Anchorman 2: The Legend Continues and the action movie After Earth, in which he also acted as a screenwriter. For his role in the film, the actor received the Golden Raspberry Anti Award, as did his son, who also starred in this film. In 2014, Smith appeared in the film Winter's Tale, and the following year he starred in the films Focus and Concussion, for which he was nominated for a Golden Globe. In Focus, the actor played a fraudster and, in order to learn special tricks, took lessons from Apollo Robbins, a famous American magician and pickpocket.
First of all, you gotta wait till she gets my pants off. And then you gotta give me a chance to run. That's how you get the money. And you never drop the con. You never break. Die with the lie.
In 2016, Will starred in the drama Collateral Beauty and appeared as assassin Deadshot in the superhero action movie Suicide Squad, earning $20 million. Preparing for the role, the actor shaved his head and trained with U.S. Special Forces. During the training, Smith proved to be a good shooter, especially with a long-range rifle. The following year, the actor played a policeman in the film Bright, which brought him $20 million. In 2018, Smith attracted the attention of the public with his music, recording the song Live It Up, which became the anthem of the FIFA World Cup held in Russia. In 2019, Smith's filmography was replenished with the films Gemini Man, Spies in Disguise, Student of the Year 2, and Aladdin, in which Will played the genie. The latter film grossed over $1 billion worldwide, becoming the highest-grossing project in his career.
So here's the basics. Step 1, rub the lamp. Step 2, say what you want. Step 3, there is no step 3. See, it's that easy.
In 2020, Will starred in the sequel Bad Boys for Life, earning $17 million, and the following year, he appeared in the biographical drama King Richard as the father and coach of tennis players Serena and Venus Williams.
Somebody was always beating on me for something. And I ain't had no daddy to stand in their way. This world ain't never had no respect for Richie Williams.
Initially, the man was supposed to receive a fee of $20 million, but then the studio decided to pay another $40 million, which Smith generously divided among all the actors of the movie. For his role in this film, Will received many awards, including the Actors Guild Award, BAFTA, Golden Globe, Oscar, and the Golden Raspberry Award for restoring reputation. There was a scandal at the Oscar ceremony. The host of the event, Chris Rock, made a distasteful joke about the hairstyle of Smith's wife. She's been shaving her head for several years due to illness. Offended, Will went up on stage and slapped the host in the face. In the end, the actor apologized for the violence, but despite this, the U.S. Academy of Motion Picture Arts banned him from participating in award ceremonies for 10 years. In the same year, 2021, Smith released an autobiography book, Will, in which he shared details of his personal life. Previously, he had already published a children's book, Just the Two of Us, dedicated to his eldest son. The actor admitted that he felt guilt towards Trey because the boy grew up without a father. The eldest son is not engaged in show business, unlike Will's children from his second marriage, who have already tried their hand in the film industry and music. Due to the fact that Smith's children are involved in show business from an early age, the family often had conflicts, as Jada believed that this way the actor boosts his ego and does not think about the wishes of the children. All in all, Will's marriage is full of controversy. The couple is considered to be one of the strongest in Hollywood, yet they have repeatedly been on the verge of divorce. Also, spouses claim that there is absolute trust between them, yet a few years ago they admitted to cheating on each other. And while Jada revealed the name of her lover, it was musician August Alsina, Will preferred not to name his mistresses. Now, Mr. and Mrs. Smith admit that they have an open marriage. In 2022, the actor starred in the film Emancipation, for the role in which he earned $35 million. The fourth part of the Bad Boy franchise is currently being filmed. However, the scandal at the Oscars significantly complicated the work on projects with Smith. The shooting of the thriller Fast and Loose was suspended and only recently resumed. In addition, the comedy Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is at the pre-production stage, but the release date is unknown. Recently, Smith's attention has been more focused on production activities. He has more than 50 projects to his credit. To date, the celebrity's fortune is estimated at $350 million, which he earned not only by royalties for films, but also by advertising contracts. Smith promoted video games, brands Dove, Montclair, and others. Will devote special attention to social and charitable activities. He is an avid environmentalist. In addition, Smith and his wife established a fund to help underprivileged children, which has already provided more than $1 million for education projects. The couple also opened a private charity school. The actor is famous for his love of extreme sports. He jumped from the top of a waterfall in Africa, climbed a volcano in Italy, and on his 50th birthday, he jumped from a helicopter over the Grand Canyon. Will is also a big fan of golf. However, in 2020, during a game, he was injured. His friend, Jason Derulo, accidentally knocked out his front teeth. The actor owns several properties. In 1997, he bought an 8,000 square foot house in Bryn Mawr, Pennsylvania for $940,000, and a year later, he bought another one in Philadelphia for $700,000. In 1999, Will and Jada bought several plots in Calabasas, and over the next 7 years, built their dream home there, the cost of which is now estimated at $42 million. The estate has an area of 25,000 square feet and includes 9 bedrooms, several bathrooms, living rooms, a recording studio, a billiard room, and a meditation room. The property has a huge swimming pool, a pond, a gazebo, and a garden. In 2003, the couple bought a 6,000 square foot mansion in the gated community of Hidden Hills, California for $3.4 million. Since 2017, their son Jaden has been living in this house. In 2009, the Smiths bought a beach house in Hawaii for $14.5 million. The 2,200 square foot mansion includes 3 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, a living room, a kitchen, a dining room, a gym, and a porch. The property has a swimming pool and guest house. In 2011, the couple sold the estate for $20 million. In 2015, they bought 2 more plots in Hawaii for a total of $10 million, and 2 years later, they sold the property for $12 million. In 2021, the Smiths purchased another mansion in Hidden Hills for $11.3 million. The 10,000 square foot house has 6 bedrooms, 7.5 bathrooms, walk-in closets, spacious living rooms, a kitchen, a dining room, a gym, and a home theater. The property has a tennis court, a swimming pool with a recreation area, and a roofed porch with a minibar. The couple also owns a house in Woodland Hills, California for $910,000 and a 2-story trailer worth $2.5 million. Inside the 1,200 square foot mobile home, there is a living room, a kitchen, a dressing room, a makeup room, a bedroom, a bathroom, and even a cinema room. The actor owns a huge collection of cars. which include Porsche Taycan Turbo S, Chevrolet Suburban, Rolls-Royce Ghost, BMW i8, Maybach 57S, Tesla Roadster, Ford Mustang 1965, Bentley Azure, a Cadillac Escalade, and a Porsche 911 Carrera 4S. To date, the actor's filmography includes around 80 films. What is your favorite Will Smith movie?
You deserve better from me. I can be better. I will be better.
If you liked the video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything interesting.